This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast. I am your host, Alex Martinez. I'm here with my co-host, Alex Tojo Cray. Say hello, Tojo.
Hola.
And I have two very special guests. Number one, Italo Lima, all the way from Areia Branca in Brazil.
Did he pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
Come on now. And dual citizenship, Luis de Oliveira.
That's right. I know my rights.
No, so we had like 4 Luises in our academy, and it was Big Luis, Little Luis. Oh, 3, man. I guess 3.
Brazilian Luis.
And then we had Brazilian Luis, but now he's a dual citizen, so we got to call
American citizen Luis.
American citizen
Yes.
Luis. Yeah, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Dojo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. So I just want to do a quick introduction. Italo Lima Costa started Jiu-Jitsu in Areia Branca, Brazil at the age of 14, got his black belt from Professor Quexinho in 2022. Prior to that, he was you were under Checkmat for
for
was that
9 years?
9 years?
Yeah.
And then let's see, placed second Europeans in 2018 as a purple belt, multiple IBJJF championships, too many to name in one sitting, but also has a world championship at blue belt in 2014 from CBJJE in Sao Paulo.
Mm-hmm. And also American National last year.
American Nationals?
Belt, yeah.
Nice. A black belt?
Black belt, yeah. Last year in Vegas.
Nice. How many fights was that for Nationals?
2 fights, 2 subs, yeah.
Isn't that wild?
I finished the guy who finished me in the World 1 month ago, tournament, the quarterfinal, Pedro Machado, and I triangled him on the American National 1 month ago.
No way.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But now it's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, baby. Yeah. Isn't it wild how small the American Nationals tournament is? Why is that?
I don't get it, yeah.
I don't get it. It's like
I think it's because like it's afterwards, like people train more like hard and focus on the Worlds tournament, and afterwards like some people who won, some people lost, and okay, now we're gonna take a little bit vacation, like 1 month rest, to recover the body and everything,
Yeah.
It's like the beginning of the season for all the adult competitors.
Yeah. Tell me about starting out in your jiu-jitsu life in Brazil. How did that start? You're from a very small town in Brazil. I can't imagine there's 20 jiu-jitsu schools out there. So how does that
in my hometown there was only 1 or 2 jiu-jitsu academy.
Okay.
Yeah, nowadays only 1 academy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu is almost like dying of that. Like makes me sad, Like I spent like 5 months in Brazil this year, and I couldn't barely go training with my friends in my hometown. I need to travel, to drive for the nearby city, Mossoró, every day to train, with my other friends from Mossoró.
How far was it?
It's like 25 miles, but for us it's like go until Los Angeles.
Takes forever.
Yeah, for Brazil like that, Luis knows, like Brazilians don't like to drive too much,
Yeah. Well, you were saying you have a lot of in your town. It's mostly bicycles, motorcycles, not a lot of cars, right?
Yeah, it's hard to drive car in my hometown, because like I said, it was like 1 mile. The town is over, like 1 mile. Yeah, it's like more like motorcycle. You can like drive more, like fast and better,
Yeah. We were Tojo and I were in Mexico not too long ago. And it's amazing what people will do just to do jiu-jitsu there. They'll drive hours to do jiu-jitsu. And, around here, if you're like more than 10 minutes from your academy, it's like, oh, man, I can't quite make it. Tell me about that with you. Like, in order to travel, because I forget how big Brazil is. It's a giant country. And, you know, to travel to say Sao Paulo, let's say you're going to do for your world championship. What was it like traveling there from your hometown?
Yeah, first I need to take like a taxi, like some the old times, like because my family didn't had car, you know, like, and we need to take a taxi until Mossoró. It's like gonna cost like $6, $7, and we take a taxi for Mossoró, like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And from Mossoró we take another taxi for Fortaleza or Natal, or take a bus.
How far is
like,
that?
like, if you go from bus, it's like 5 hours, 6 hours bus until the airport.
Just to get to the airport.
Until the rodoviária, we call rodoviária, it's like a Greyhound.
Yeah.
And from Greyhound, you take an Uber until the airport, you know?
Yeah.
And it's going to take like 7 hours maybe, and you take a flight. For São Paulo, like more like 4 hours flight for São Paulo.
So literally like flying across the country.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
And in contrast, tell me about your hometown, Lisa. What was that like?
My hometown is pretty big, so they have an international airport. So I didn't have to struggle.
Yeah.
Just drive to the airport, 20 minutes, and then a flight to São Paulo is like an hour and a half from my hometown.
Gotcha. And you started out with the under Professor Zilio?
Yeah, Rafael Zilio, which was a De La Riva Association.
Yeah.
I went to the purple belt with him. Then I moved 2016 to Arizona. Got the brown and black belt under Paul. I mean, he was here for my black belt.
I remember that.
So when people ask me, I consider myself a black belt under both.
Right, yeah.
So like Paul and Rafael Zilio.
Of course, yeah. And Rafael is like, he's a cool dude, and he's very much like, I don't know, he's open to you training wherever. I mean, you know, I don't think it matters to him as long as you keep training.
No, yeah, that's one of the things. I always kept in touch with my coaches where I go. Yeah. Because I just don't disappear. I talk to people when I'm leaving, what I'm doing. So I always did a good job, I guess, keeping contact. Yeah. And he loves traveling here. So for him, it's an excuse. Like, he was just asking me, hey, when you going to get your first degree? So, he want to tell his wife as an excuse to come.
Of course, man, of course. Yeah, and you guys, you know, maybe not you so much anymore. Now you got your family going, but you guys travel to Brazil pretty often. I mean, like you said, you spent 5 months in Brazil. Was that all in one shot, or are you going back and forth from here to Brazil?
To be honest, I spent 5 months in Brazil this year, but wasn't because I wanted, you know. Yeah. Was the occasion make me stay there, you know, like first. When I moved here to Arizona was 2020 to try to live for good here. And when I first came to Arizona, I was like, okay, I go to Arizona, I'm going to apply my athlete visa to stay there like legal for more time, you know. And I'll keep it doing the same thing. Like I'll spend like 6 months there, come back to Brazil, spend like 2 months here and go back again. And when I got here, like 2 weeks, the pandemic started.
Oh no.
And it was like everything goes crazy, you know, like lockdown and all the shit come like from the airports and traveling stuff. And okay, I'll be here, like cool, you know, like start to do like some extra job to get money and they pay my fees and everything. And the time was passing, and I stayed here for 3 years without going Brazil.
Oh wow. 3
years. I got like the last year was very, very like crazy for me, you know, like my mind, everything. Yeah. And I got the car accident and it was like my life like got upside down like from in 1 month, you know. Yeah. And I just said, okay, I go to Brazil, I'm gonna like see my family, stay there like for 2 months, and I go to Europe, like traveling, you know, like forget about a little bit of this like the life in US, like hustle every day, you know, like trying to do the immigrant life, to make better day by day. Yeah. And I went to Brazil for the first time after 3 years. And I spent like 28 days in Brazil and went to Europe. Yeah. And I spent 1 month in Europe, come back to Brazil, spent like 25 days.
When he's like driving Ferraris and shit, remember that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I came back to Brazil, spent more like 25 days, and I came back to US in 2023. Okay. I came back again, but I spent like 50 days in Brazil. For me, it was like 5 days. Right. Because after 3 years, you know, when I went back, man, my heart was like, I don't want to go, but I need to go, you know, because I'm still trying to make my life here, you know. Yeah. Yeah. And I came here and I travel a little bit, compete a lot, as much as I can, like last year, and say, okay, next year I go again to Brazil and I'll stay a little bit more, like 45 days in Brazil. Just I don't go for Europe, you know. I went to Tokyo, and from Tokyo I went to compete the European, then stay in Europe. I just spent like 5 days in Europe, compete and go to Brazil. Stay in Brazil, and when the time I gonna go to the consulate to get my visa for the interview, they deny my visa. Yeah, and it was like, and all my plans for this year was like start to do like, you know, like, man.
Did they give you a reason why they?
No, they don't give the reason. They just say like, okay, you're not allowed to go, and what?
Wow.
Like, because 1 year ago, I get the same visa, you know, it was only the to renew the visa.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't know if they're going to allow again, you know, because sometimes when they deny and you go again and the agent don't want to, like, say the difference of the last agent, you know, and they say, oh, you're not allowed to go, and you're going to like, spend like, a lot of money, and you don't know how long you're going to be there to come back. But I keep my mind, and I was like, okay, let's see what the options that I have, you know. I keep training, and I'll say, oh, we'll be here until the Brazilian Nationals, and after Brazilian National, I try again to go to the World, because the Pan American, I lost, because I couldn't get my visa in the time, you know. And I stayed there training, and I scheduled the interview before the Brazilian National in Brasilia, and I went to Brasilia, and stayed in the interview for 2 hours in the consulate, talking with the guy, and the guy gave my visa back. And, okay, you are allowed to go.
Wow.
And okay, now let's get the plans back, you know. And I start to train more hard for Brazilian National, got my ticket, and competing Brazilian National, I got the
bicep.
Yeah, the bicep stuff here, and my tendon was tore my tendon, and I needed to stay in Brazil for a while. Yeah, I did the surgery and stay in Brazil like for 2 months more to come here, and it's still healing up.
Wow.
That's why I stay like 5 months in Brazil this year. But my plan was to stay 45 days, come back, and go again like in maybe November, you know, for 2 months.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know when I go to Brazil again, maybe after, I don't know, maybe the end of next year.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of to do here to get my life back.
Yeah, man.
5 months out stuff, man.
Yeah.
5 months out, like only spend money. And like no training good, you know, like all the different life.
Yeah. When you're here on an athlete visa, are you allowed to work? Are you allowed to, you know, make money, get a job while you're here?
Jiu-Jitsu, yeah. I'm like the athlete visa is kind of the academy pay me to train, you know.
Okay.
And we do like some class and something like that, and we say like, okay.
Okay. That's good. Yeah,
I can like work as a referee. All the income that I get like from the esports is okay, you know.
Gotcha. Okay. And what about like how long is the athlete visa good for? Is it just 1 year? Do you have to reapply every year?
No, my visa was 5 years.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But since the 2020 until August 2025.
Wow.
That's the status, you know, like, but the visa on the passports is only 3 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why always when I get out of the US, I need to go to the consulate to get another visa, and I do another interview, you know. That's the bad part of the visa, but I can stay here legal. I can like get money and everything, you know, like have credit card, like build my credit, you know, like open a business if I want to open a Jiu-Jitsu academy or something like that.
Nice.
I have like credit on the bank. I can do, you know, like.
So as the longer you don't leave the country, you can just keep staying.
Yeah, so I can stay here for 5 years until the end of my status, you know, the leader, they gave me the immigration.
Yeah.
But if I get out, I need to get the visa to come back, because the visa is only to come back.
What a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah,
man.
like the tourist visa we get in the Brazil is like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's valid until 10 years. But when we get in the US, we only can spend like 6 months in a year. If I spend like 7 months during the year, I'll be considered illegal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
is there any money for turning you in? Because I'll turn your ass in.
No. You overstay your welcome.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Overstay your welcome.
I think that's the majority of illegals are overstayed visas.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it's that friend that leaves their house after a party or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to fly back periodically and then reapply for your visa to come back.
Yeah, kinda.
So
yeah, because like the guy say my visa was denied. Usually because I stay here for 3 years.
Gotcha.
He always say this, you know, but I wasn't here illegal. That's the thing. That's what I say to the guy in Brazil, you know. Like, bro, my visa allows me to stay there like for 5 years. And I didn't stay there for 3 years because I want. I stayed there because 1.5 years or almost 2 years was COVID stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And I was still legal in the US.
Yeah.
And when the COVID over, the tournaments come back and the academy need me to keep competing, you know.
Yeah.
And when I have like the first opportunity, I came here and I get my visa last year, and now you guys deny my visa.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh yeah, and he was like, he went to the room there, and I think he was doing a searching of my name on the internet, you know, to see like the rank and everything for if I was lying or not.
Yeah.
And after that, he said, okay, your visa is allowed, and that's it.
So is it a pretty like arbitrary kind of thing where they just, depending on what kind of mood the person's in?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
is it like that? That's awful.
It's the mood, yeah, because like some people say, oh, if you have a job in Brazil, when we go the first for the tourist visa, you know, like people say, oh, if you have some stuff that gonna show him, you have like purpose to come back.
Yeah.
You go only to visit and come back. Like if you have like a lot of house, you have some stuff on your name in Brazil, you know, like you have a job in Brazil, they're gonna think, oh, this guy's not gonna like let go this job to stay like to try the American dream, you know, like the most immigrants come here to get a better life, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in this because I know a lot of guys from Jiu-Jitsu, they have nothing, you know, like nothing. Their family is very, very, very poor, and they still get the visa allowed, you know. And some people, like doctors in Brazil, like lawyers, go and no, and
wow,
there's no like doesn't make sense, you know. If they're gonna say yes or no.
No consistency.
It's the mood of the day.
Yep.
If they don't like your face, you know, like if you remember, like if it was a guy and if it was a girl and remember like the ex boyfriend, oh, I don't like this guy. Denied. That's it, you know. Like, oh, you go to Jiu-Jitsu. I went to Jiu-Jitsu academy. The guy beat me up. I don't like Jiu-Jitsu guys. Boom, denied.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, you can go there and the guy, oh, you do Jiu-Jitsu, yeah, and that's nice. I do too, and what blue belt? Oh, okay, boom.
Pushes you through. Yep.
That's the thing, you know. We never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the guys that I've met, through jiu-jitsu, the Brazilian guys that I've met are getting their citizenships. And I always joke, like, Brazilians know more about our Constitution than Americans do. Because you guys actually have to study it, right? To get your citizenship,
thing,
right?
And the Americans don't study. Yeah?
No, we don't know shit. Dude.
That's
we don't know
the same
shit.
thing
Bro,
is true
that's
for
the
us. Do you know anything about Brazilian Constitution?
Bro, I want to say I don't know how to sing the como é que chama o hino do Brasil.
The national anthem.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know how to sing. I don't know the Brazilian.
It's
I
too
don't
long.
know.
I only know the first half.
Yeah, really? Is it that long?
It's too long.
That's crazy, you know. Like, man, I love
long.
my culture, you know, but I don't know, and now I don't care about, you know. Here, I'm read the shirt of Brazil, you know.
Yeah.
I learned him more to respect the culture when I move here, and I start to live here, and I start to like to pass some. How do I say? Como preconceito.
Preconceito sobre o quê?
Sobre imigrantes, essas paradas.
So, but for Brazilians or for Americanos or brasileiros?
As paradas que é difícil aqui pra gente, né? Que é...
Well, he had some preconceptions of before moving here, right? Before you move to the country, you have some stereotypes in your head.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, when before I came here, so like, oh, the US, like American dreams, everything is good there. Like Brazil is a shit, you know, Brazil is a shit. I need to go to US because over there is like the movie they sold it to us in Brazil. We grew up seeing this, you know, and when we start to spend like life here and you pass for some moments here and you think about like your culture and everything, say, oh, if I was in Brazil, this time, like that thing that I'm passing through here in Brazil is way better, you know, like, and you have like some of different visions, you know, like you can see like outside of your culture of your house, and you see the house of your neighborhood is not that good that you think when you live in your house, you know.
Of course.
But
yeah.
I'm not saying it's all bad, you know, but like both counts is gonna be like it's gonna have like bad things and good things, you know.
Yeah.
And you need to know to learn how to deal with everything, you know.
Yeah.
And also like when I go back in Brazil, I know all the things that in Brazil like I don't like, but now I'm deal a little bit better, you know, because I say like this is my couch, this is my house, you know, like it's kind of a little bit sad. I have to like living another culture, but it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to fight the peace in wherever we go, you know, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And when you came to the States, Luis, what was that like for you?
It was a lot easier.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm good looking. That's why.
Tall, good looking. I hate the guy.
No, I first came here 2012 as a tourist. I have a cousin that lives in California. He's like a brother to me, and I just came here to spend a month. Went back to Brazil, finished college, and he opened a skydiving school. Skydiving, that's actually what brought me to the States. I used to be a skydiving coach and work in a skydiving school.
Yeah.
In this town called Bakersfield, Taft, actually next to Bakersfield.
Okay.
So in California. I finished college. I was like, hey, come here, work with me skydiving. I came here as a tourist, as I said, 6 months, extended for another 6 months. And then I met my wife at Jiu-Jitsu, right? Maricela, that you guys know too.
Yeah.
So I ended up staying because of her. And marriage is the easiest path. I didn't have to hire a lawyer or anything. Spend $100, you know.
He got the famous green card. always people say to me, bro, you need to find a girl, no?
That's it.
It's not like that, you know. For me, like I have the how do I say? I have my parents, you know, like my parents like to get like since I was kid, you know, they never like live separate, and so I have like some exempts in my family. So for me, the marriage is a serious thing, you know.
Sure,
and nowadays I see like a lot of people like marrying and get separated, you know. Like I don't like this. I think if I'm gonna get a girl for marriage, it's gonna be the girl that I feel like I wanna live for the rest of my life with her, you know.
Yeah.
But I also,
clarify, I'm still married.
Yeah, I know because it's not gonna be only about me, you know. I need to know if she want to live with me for the rest of their life, because we all have made mistakes, and we need to know how to deal with each one mistakes, you know.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's
I feel like he's
to get
poking fun at you.
a girl.
Huh?
He's been divorced.
I've been divorced. Yeah. Yeah. You know, if you ever want to get married, just talk to me. I've done it twice. I can talk you out of it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love you.
I don't judge nobody, you know.
Yeah.
I just have my exemption at home, you know. It's like.
Is that something that you come from a very small town. Is that something that's kind of ingrained in you from growing up that way? Like small town, everybody knows each other. You know what I mean? Families pretty much stay together forever, right? Is that
the small town, there's same problems that big towns, you know,
sure,
are humans. It's not like about the place, you know, it's just people.
Yeah. So tell me about when you're going to Europe, and is it the same process as coming to the States? You have to apply for a visa to go to Europe, or is that kind of a little bit more lenient?
No,
how does that work?
For Europe, we don't need visa. Brazilians don't need visa. Just a passport, and you go through the countries. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's like Canada. People from Canada come to US, you know, like they don't need visa. It's like Brazilian, Europe, like Japan. Last year, Japan, they opened the door for Brazilians, you know. That's why I went to Japan in January to compete and visit my friend Tommy in Japan to know the culture, you know, like very, very different culture.
Sure.
Japan is awesome.
Yeah.
I just got there and like show my passport and they, okay, you're welcome. But US is different. And I understand, you know, because if US do this, all Brazil is gonna come. Like 80% of Brazilians gonna come here to try the life here, and some Brazilians do a lot of shit, you know. Like it's not only Brazilians, it's all the people, you know. Like I studied a lot about geopolitics, like countries and all the cultures, and now like some cultures in Europe, they going like hard times because of the immigrants, you know, like immigrants from Arabians, like Africans, and they going like to France, to Finland, like some countries like this, like German, and they doing like shit, you know, like trying to steal people, kill people, you know, like that's crazy thing, you know. Yeah. Because the only problem of the immigration is like this, you know, like you don't know if you open your door, like here, like I think when people cross the Mexican border, they don't know who's coming, you know. Can be like assassins and some bad people, you know. And when you come from the airport, like all the legal document, they know a little bit better for you, you know. Like when you apply a green card, they do a search on your background and everything, you know. Yeah. And I think that's how it should be, you know. If you wanna open the door of your house, you need to know who's gonna come, you know,
Yeah.
to be welcome.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like when I think about the immigration issues that we're having, especially, you know, the fact that we just allow Canadians to come in and out anywhere they want is proof that we're not afraid of them. Like there's not even a fence between us and Canada.
Yeah.
It's like a field, like a 10-foot.
And they're the worst.
They're the worst. But anyway, we're not afraid of Canadians. But no, the real fear that I have, like, I don't care about drugs. I really don't. I think that's a personal decision that you make. Like you can put 10 tons of cocaine in front of me. I'm not going to touch it. You know what I mean? I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I might poke at it.
Yeah. Well, I might get a little.
That's like me. People say, hey, you smoke weed. I say, man, I never smoke weed.
Yeah.
Oh, you lie. You lie, bro. You do jiu-jitsu. Your lifestyle, you know, you like your reggae music, you go to the beach every day, you have a lot of tattoo, bro. I don't believe. And bro, it's me, you know. I don't like this because like in Brazil, it's illegal. It's illegal, but almost everyone
still does.
smoke weed nowadays, you know. But for me, I have more. I'm trying always to be like the right person for my family and my parents, you know.
Nice. Yeah.
And because my parents always they never say no for me. Like if I wanna do whatever I want, my mom and my dad say, okay, you wanna do it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I never did like something that some people gonna say for my mom, my pa, hey, Italo was doing like some wrong thing by the law, you know. Because for me, I always live with friends like smoking weed.
Yeah.
On the beach, and hey, you wanna try it? No, I'm okay. I'm here hanging out, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Like, if you wanna like do your shit, you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. No, good for you, man. That's really cool. I never knew that about you. That's really cool. I didn't believe that he doesn't smoke weed, do you? No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
okay.
Is it because of the tattoos?
Nah.
Jiu-jitsu?
He's also an engineer, though.
Yeah.
He's an engineer by formation and all that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're
I
an
have
engineer?
a degree in engineer, civil
What-
engineer in Brazil.
Nice.
Yeah, I did for my family too.
That's cool, man.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. In the day of I got my degree, I was like, I think it was the first time I was crying with my dad, you know, because I just realized like, bro, that's crazy, you know, like I'm doing the dream of my family first, you know.
Yeah.
That was the dream. Like I came from a poor family, and all my family thought like to be like good in the life, I need to have a degree, you know. But I never care about this, you know. I just did it for my family.
Good for you. Yeah.
That's why I get my degree. I give to my parents and say, oh, now I'm gonna try to go to US to spend 1 season in US and see how the life is go there, you know. And I just went to live inside the academy, sleeping the mat in Brea with a guy that I didn't know him. I just met him on the Facebook, and I sent him a message and, hey man, I'm Italo Lima Costa, purple belt, so I compete in jiu-jitsu. I wanna go to US to compete the pens and the worlds. Stay there like for 4 months, and I just met Alicante in Europe. He said that he lives in the academy, and you have like a welcome for Brazilians. And the guy say, oh, you are welcome to stay at. If you keep the academy clean and follow the rules, you can stay here. Como é que fala? Quanto você quiser?
For as long as you want.
Yeah, as long as you want.
Wow.
You can stay. And at the same time he said this, I called my mom. I was in Lisbon for the first time, competed the European, because I get the #1 rank of the tournament in northeast of Brazil.
Yeah.
And they give like the tickets and they register for the European, and I got for free, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I went to the European like in 2018. The next year that I get my degree, I didn't have like pictures, nothing of my degree, because I traveled to Europe. And after I came to Brazil, I spent like 2 weeks. I called my mom from Europe and say, Mom, I have a place to stay in US, and send me the information of your credit card, because I'm gonna buy the tickets, because I will be back in Brazil 2 weeks. I will do my stuff and go to US and say, oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna send you the card, because I told her like that's the plan. No, I'm gonna end my university, get my degree, and I'm gonna try 1 year of jiu-jitsu in US. If it didn't work, I will come back and I'll work as an engineer and whatever you guys want, you know.
Whoa. Okay.
And I went to Brazil. My degree on my university, I got my degree 1 year after.
Really?
Yeah, the paper.
The paper.
I went to the university and talked with the director, the course director, and say, I wanna get my degree. And what the fuck, man? You didn't get? No, I was in US. You know, I was like trying to live the life. Now I got my degree, and that's it. This is good for the wall of my house, bro. I will not need this degree for now. No.
Wow.
Doesn't matter for me.
You ever plan on doing any kind of like engineering of any kind someday, like after jiu-jitsu or something like that?
Yeah, when I like the last year of my university was the tough year for me because it was 2017 and I came to US for the first time in 2016. Like my dream come true in 2016 and that was like almost the end of the university. And when I came here, I competed the Worlds in Long Beach as a purple belt. And I just realized like, man, this is like way better than I imagined, you know, like because I came as a tourist, you know, like,
of course,
I only know the good things, you know? And I was seeing, like, I met some guys who was like trying to live here in the beginning. They have like, they live by some friend's house, like we live today, you know, like, and I was like, man, I should have like this opportunity like 3 years, 4 years ago, you know, like before I started my university, because I know if I had this opportunity to come like before I start to university, now it will be like way better, you know, because here I can like try to be like a professional athlete. In Brazil it's hard, you know, we need to do like all this stuff, you know. We don't have like a good academy to train, good gears, and quality of training is like way like down below here, you know. And when I came here and I went back to Brazil and I still need to work, still like 1.5 years. And the next year, 2017, I was planning all year to come back again to compete the Worlds, and I couldn't, you know. And I started kind of being like a kind of depression in my house and like think like everything like, man, I spent like 5 years of my life in this university, and I know I'm not gonna work, you know, like that's not my thing, you know. Like I was feeling like was a waste of time.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was tough, you know. And still in 2017, I didn't had like any contact to come to US. I just made the first contact in 2018 when I went to Europe. And when I went to Europe, I was like, bro, okay, I cannot go to US because I don't have money to stay. I don't have anywhere to stay for free, you know. And I go to Europe and I will try to meet someone in Europe and I'll stay in Europe, you know, like, I will try to stay in Europe like 3 months and doing jiu-jitsu, competing the biggest tournaments in Europe, and we will see what I'm gonna do with my life. But it was a tough decision because I was like, man, 5 years of my life for nothing. For my parents, for my family, you know, but now I think all the difference, you know, because now I have like a B plan, you know, and also when I remember now all the things that I learned when I was studying and all the people outside of jiu-jitsu that I met, you know, like guys who became like very rich, working hard, you know, open companies like civil construction companies. Another guys who had like rich dads, rich parents, and they didn't enjoy their life, you know, they didn't give like como é que eu falo, orgulho,
proud.
They did. The parents are not proud of those guys, you know. Man, your parents give you like everything, and you don't make your parents proud, you know. That's thing. And I was learning about people, you know, like some people, because before I started to study, my life was like 100% jiu-jitsu. So I only met people from jiu-jitsu. I only thought about training, you know. But also when I was in the school, I get my focus out of jiu-jitsu for a while, you know, like I start to drink alcohol, you know, to go for the parties and everything, you know. And I was like, I never stopped to train, but there was a like long time I just go for the gym, the academy training for fun, that's it, you know. This keeps like my jiu-jitsu like a little bit slow to get the progress, you know, but it's the life. Right? Now I understand everything. I need to pass for everything to be the person that I am today, you know.
That's great, man. That's great.
And now I'm like, I have the plan, like maybe in 3 years, 4 years more, try to work as an engineer. Like if I wasn't, I don't know if I'm gonna be in Brazil or here. Like I still have a plan to start to bring my degree for here and try to work as an engineer. Maybe open a company, like construction company, and after that, when I have a lot of money, I open like Fields Academy to try to bring my friends and give the opportunity that I don't had in the beginning,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Tell me about when you first came to the U.S. Did you speak any English when you came to the U.S.?
I always studied English by myself, and I thought I knew, but when I got here in U.S. 2016, I met 2 guys from João Pessoa, Paraíba, and I plan to come with them because they came in I think it was 2013, 2014. One of them was world champion in purple belt in 2014, and I hit them up and I met him in Paraíba, and they say, oh, you can come, you can stay with us, we rent a hotel and we know everything, because I didn't know nothing about here, like I need first to make a connection with someone who knows how it is US. And I was like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna apply my visa. I'm gonna set it up everything, and I started to do this plan in 2015. And I got my visa, tourist visa in 2015, I think it was November or December. And okay, now I have like 6 months to plan the trip to go to US, you know. And I was planning and I bought the tickets. First done those 2 guys, because I'm like anxious, like always I like to plan my life like 3 months ahead. I know everything I'm gonna do, like I have all the tickets where I'm gonna fly, the tournaments, everything. And I bought the tickets, and they bought the tickets like to arrive here 2 days after me.
Oh wow!
And I start, man, how are we gonna do 2 days with like alone? I don't know. And they say, oh no, be cool. I'm gonna send you some guys. They already gonna stay there in your hotel. You go just take an Uber to the hotel and you stay there with them. We stay with them like last year. They are cool guys from Curitiba and blah blah blah. And okay, was everything set up. The time is passed and I came here. The day I came here, when I arrived in Los Angeles, I got the Wi-Fi of the airport, and the guy who was to stay in the hotel, they just sent me a message. Hey man, it's happening a problem here. The guy, the owner of the hotel, they saw we are like 6 guys in a room for 4, and they very upset, and they don't let nobody more stay here.
Oh no!
You cannot stay here with us. And I was like, man, fuck.
Yeah, you're like,
what I gonna do? I'm in the airport, and fuck, man. And I start to think like, okay, let's see. And I was talking with the lady to buy some food. When I say something there, and the lady started to talk with me, and bro, I didn't understand nothing. I was like, I do the English like by Duolingo, like very slow, texting. But one thing I know, like I knew like 80% of read.
Yeah.
Read, I can read everything when I first, but talk and listen, zero. And like, man, I'm fucked up here in the airport, so I don't want to get out. That was more scary, like I passed in my life when I first got here, and I feel like in the airport, Los Angeles airport, LAX, and the door, I saw the door, like exit door, and I was like too much scared to go like through the door because I didn't know what expected the world, like I imagine like, man, I can't talk with nobody, and I send message like on WhatsApp from my friend and say, I still remember until today, like I never will forget this day, like, hey man, I know you speak English, so how can I say that I don't know how was the word? Like the word was sorry, I speak little bit English. That's the only word that I couldn't barely say this, like sorry, I speak little bit English. That's all that I said to the guys, And I was like, bro, okay, I will stay at the airport for 26 hours.
You just like camped out?
Yeah,
Like Tom Hanks
in
that movie.
Tom Hanks.
26 hours by the airport.
Uh-huh.
And my travel, the moment that I take the bus for Natal and flight for São Paulo, Peru, Lima, Los Angeles. It was past like 38 hours. Plus 26 hours. That's the trip.
Man.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the only thing that I eat was 2 bananas and 1 water.
Oh my gosh.
Because I saw the 7-Eleven, and I was watching the 7-Eleven people go through the store, get whatever you want, pay, and go home. You don't talk with nobody. Is that over there gonna?
They have the self-pay, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
When I went to the 7-Eleven for the first time, and I saw like a lot of food, different foods of Brazil. Man, I don't know if I like all this food. Like I don't know what is nothing here.
Yeah.
And I looked to the balcony and I saw a lot of bananas. And okay, I'm thirsty and I'm hungry. I'm gonna get like 1 water and 2 bananas. And when immigration come to Brazil from here, we only bring like $100 bills.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I take like $100 and give to the Indian guy. And the guy looked for me and blah 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 blah. And man, and I say, sorry, I speak little bit English. And he talk a lot of things that I didn't want he was saying, but I saw. Bro, I speak little bit English, so I speak little bit English. And he get the charge and put a lot of like bills on my hand and some coins. And I closed the hand when I was out and hey. I opened my hand and he took more bills and give the other one. And okay, I put the money in my pocket and go to the airport, the salon.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much was it.
$20 for bananas.
I didn't care, like, okay, I have my bananas and the water, that's fine. Yeah, and I spent, 26 hours ago, my friend arrived from Ceará, and when he arrived, I said, oh, now I'm safe, If we now I can die here, because if I die, he gonna say so to my friends, But if I was alone, man,
wow,
just would disappear.
Yeah, if I disappear, nobody's gonna know what happened with me,
Yeah,
that's the same feeling when I go to the beach, when I go surfing or something like that.
Yeah,
I only go surfing, and if everybody go to the wave and I stay there alone, I start to swim to be by for the guys. Because bro, if that shark come, and nobody's gonna say I'm dying, nobody's gonna know that I'm dying here,
Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. That's take me back to your hometown and growing up as a kid and starting jiu-jitsu. You had mentioned that you were training like crazy amounts. You were doing like 3 training sessions a day or something like that. Is that something you still do today? Or is that something that's when you were just younger?
When I was younger, nowadays the guys train like 2 hours a day and that's it.
That's
1.5, yeah.
Wow.
But when I was younger, 14 years until maybe 18 years was 3 times a day.
Wow.
3 times a day, the train, I remember, was training in the morning, 10 a.m. until noon. We go home, lunch, 4 p.m., go to the academy again, train again until 6 and 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah,
Holy
9, 10 p.m.
Crap,
Yeah,
dude, that's a lot.
every day,
Wow.
Sunday to Sunday.
Wow.
Because we didn't have too much to do, in my hometown.
Yeah. Is that what got you?
But there was internet in 2018,
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what got you into jiu-jitsu? Just having nothing to do and friends were doing jiu-jitsu and you just jumped in, or how'd that work out?
What got me into jiu-jitsu was my friend. I had a friend, he always did jiu-jitsu, and we fight each other again a lot when we were younger, we play soccer by the corner in the streets, como é que fala esconde-esconde?
Hide and seek?
Yeah, we
Hide and seek?
we have some fala brincadeira,
Just play different games?
Yeah, playing like every night we get out of home, you know, and go to the street to play some game like soccer, hide and seek, and a lot of stuff like that. And every night we fight each other because the bigger guys put the little guys to fight each other. You know?
Shit.
Hey, he say your mom is like a bitch. And, say it again. Your mom is a bitch. Pa, pa, and then fight each other. Like in Brazil, it's pretty normal. No, it's pretty normal.
Chicken fighting.
And he did jiu-jitsu, you know. And I was like, man, this guy, one day I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna like fight with him better.
Yeah,
you know?
kick his ass.
Yeah,
sorry about
that. I never have the moment that I go to the academy and sign up, you know. I always like go to there and watching the train, and I was like, man, I don't want to start because I don't do nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And all the guys know how to do.
Yeah.
That was the most like issue of everyone like in the past, you know.
Yeah.
Like, mom, but I'm gonna start the train and I don't know nothing, you know. The people is gonna like beat me all the time and I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm shy. Como é que fala vergonha, man?
Shy?
Yeah. I'm shy to go, you know?
Yeah.
And and I have a cousin, he started to do too. And when I was in the school, the preschool, one guy who did jiu-jitsu, he went to São Paulo and became a world champion from IBJJF Federation. And when he came back, like everybody in the school was talking about, you know, hey, you saw the medal of the world tournament, and the most fun is like was white belt.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this guy was like world champion. That's very cool, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I was start to think like, man, he went to the São Paulo by himself. He stepped on the mat, and it was only him against the guy.
Yeah.
It's like way different of soccer, you know, because I always try to be a soccer player, but I was like very bad on this. But also I blame the other guys too, because bro, how I gonna become good if you guys don't pass the ball for me?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
And the guys, no, I'm not gonna pass the ball for you because you don't know how to play, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like kind of sad. Okay, I wanna be good, but there's no way because you play like with 4 guys or 10 guys. And you like it's a group, you know.
Yeah.
And if the group is not work like a one piece, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I start to think, no, like group sports not for me, you know, because I'm very competitive and I'm like a kind of smart guy, you know. Mm-hmm. And I thought like I need to do this jiu-jitsu stuff because if I do this, I will become world champion, and I'm gonna like shut up the mouth of all these motherfuckers, you know? Yeah, that was my purpose. That was my purpose, you know, become a world champion.
Wow. At a very young age. I mean, 14, 15 years old?
13.
13,
yeah.
Wow.
And I started when I stayed there. I went to his house. I saw the medal like this big, like this, like it's a plate, you know, you can eat in the medal. And I spent 1 year more to start because I only start when like, my best friend in that age, like when I was 14, my best friend, like close friend, he started to do. And when he started to do, and I knew that, and then, okay, now I go, because it's going to be you and me.
Yeah.
Knowing nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Going to start from the zero.
Yeah.
And he started one day, the other day I went, like was 1st August 2008. It's an easy that because it was 1st August, the day 1 of August. Yeah, and I started to train jiu-jitsu, and I never stopped anymore. All my friends stopped. All my friends stopped because when I start and he start, all our friends of the group, we play together, soccer play and everything. All the guys start together.
Wow.
Like in 2 months, my old professor had like 30 guys of us, like same age.
Wow.
And that's why we train like morning, afternoon, and night every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And some guys train for 3 years, 4 years, and like they was like having like another life, you know, like getting like a girlfriends, like having kids, and that's why I grew up seeing all my friends like changing their life, and some of my friends I saw like a lot of potential lost because some choice, you know.
Yeah.
I don't blame anyone, but some choice that they made it. Sometimes they can, like some guys text me like, oh man, I wanted to stay there, like to be there with you, but my life was like, I had kids, I had a girlfriend and blah, blah, blah. And okay, bro, that's it, but we all have choices,
Yeah.
That's why I never like wanted to have kids, because I know like I cannot have money to me, Imagine if I get a girl and a kid, I will need to I will need to get
They're expensive, right, Luis?
another job, I
Yeah.
cannot like be an athlete jiu-jitsu barely get money,
Yeah.
And for me it's okay, because I live in my dream, that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I'm not doing jiu-jitsu for the money, because I tell the people, bro, if I want to be a rich guy, I not do jiu-jitsu, I get my degree and I'm gonna work as an engineer,
Yeah.
But for me, doesn't matter, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how much money I gonna have, Like,
Yeah.
if I'm not doing what I love, there's no purpose in my life,
So none of the guys you grew up with still do jiu-jitsu?
There are like two guys.
Yeah.
Like my older professor, he's teaching Abu Dhabi right now.
Oh, cool.
So he's leaving from Jiu-Jitsu, but he's a beast guy.
Mhm.
Like, he should come like to US, to try some like Worlds IBJJF. If he would come, maybe he will be like famous. Like he could beat all the good guys on lightweight.
Wow.
When he was like younger, like.
Yeah.
And now he's living in Abu Dhabi. Like I think he's having a good life now from Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
And there another guy, he's a Balinha, my friend too. He's like kind of MMA and Jiu-Jitsu. He like spent some season in Spain and kind of living a little bit from Jiu-Jitsu. But it's only us. From my hometown, it's only us.
Wow.
Wow.
Some guys train till today, but just for fun,
Casual,
like casual. Because we know. There's no everybody's gonna be an athlete, but who train Jiu-Jitsu like at least for 3 years, never gonna stop anymore.
Yeah.
You're gonna have your job, but you're gonna go for the academy to train, to hang out, to forget the problems. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a big deal because a lot of people that have families and have jobs and all that stuff, they're looking for that outlet, especially if they were like athletes at a younger age. I don't know how they don't do something like jiu-jitsu or anything.
They get fat.
Well, I mean, they get fat, yeah. But like people come in all the time, and that's a common story. Started a family, didn't have time for this or that, got heavy, and now it's like, I know a lot of people like feel guilty about coming in and doing stuff for themselves, but like, what better gift can you give your family than your good health, right? You're gonna be around.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can be a great dad and have a heart attack at 55.
Yeah.
Or you cannot, right? You can decide to get in shape. So,
or knee surgery at 60.
Knee surgery at yeah, no kidding. I'm okay with that.
Bicep surgery at 30.
At 30. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that's the only issue that I had, like I think like I don't step in a hospital since I was like 15 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, I never had like any problem with health,
Yeah.
And the surgery is normal, like for athlete high level. That's take long, like after 16 years practice, like competing high level, train every day. That's my first surgery, like people who do jiu-jitsu, they do like knee surgeries at 20, 19, 21,
Yeah.
And I'm still here.
Yep.
Nice.
Do you want to talk about what happened in the surgery?
What happened? What?
The first time you tried?
Yeah, it didn't work. The first time didn't work. I needed to do like 2 surgery in 3 days. That was my gift. Yeah.
2 for 1. Buy
2 for 1.
Buy 1, get 2. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, man, first time I'm gonna have the surgery and was wrong.
They did it wrong?
Yeah. I spent like 2 days, fucking days, thinking, crying in my home.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Was sick because I was
in Brazil, right?
Yeah. I felt for the first time, I felt like, man, it's over for me, like.
Wow.
I don't know if I will be able to do jiu-jitsu anymore.
After you got hurt?
No, after the surgery, the first
really?
surgery.
What exactly happened? They were not able to reattach it, right? They tried to attach it again, the tendon?
They tried to reattach the tendon on the bones, and the tendon was very sick and was like, como é que fala? Torando, assim.
It's really weak already, like falling
Frayed.
apart.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the doctor opened it, and when he see this, he said, "Oh, we're not gonna be able to do this. We're gonna need to take off the tendon of the leg, and rebuilt in the arm.
Yeah, grabbed it. Yep.
At the same day, didn't have the knee doctor in the hospital. So the only option.
He was not in the hospital?
Yeah, because it was a Saturday, you know, and the doctor who scheduled the surgery, I think he didn't thought it will be like this way, you know, like the tendon will be, because it was like I got the injury and the surgery was made in like 17 days before the injury, and my arm was like outside, if you look at like with your eyes, wasn't bad, you know, like he say like, man, like my biceps didn't pop up to the didn't go up, you know, like was like only one, up. And I think he looked to the, you know, it's gonna be like simple, you know, like it's just gonna pull back, or it's gonna be easy to find the tendon and pull back and reattach, you know. But when he pulled, the tendon was like, and he say, "Oh man, fuck, not gonna work." And he just closed the
incision.
The incision. Yeah, they just closed the incision, and put me to wake up. And the other day he was talking to me and to say what happened, you know. Yeah. Like I wake up and I was like, okay, the surgery went good. Like I didn't feel nothing, you know, because I was scared, you know. Like when I went to the surgery room and I see like the bed and the lights, and man, this is a killing machine, you know. Fuck, man. They're like the injection for the anesthesia, you know, like they put in my neck. That's why, man.
In your neck?
Yeah, they put like here and like 30 seconds. They go like 5 milligrams, and they go like with one machine, ultrasound machine. To find, I think the vein, you know, the right vein to apply the liquid. To become like not feeling nothing. And like,
the nerve block is
the nerve block. They need to find it. When he find, they will stay with the needle inside your knee, you know. And he say like, okay, 5 milligrams, and they like move a little bit, and 5 milligrams, 10, and you listen like, oh, fuck.
And you're awake.
Yeah, awake, and you arm stay. You arm stay like. You start to feel nothing on your arm. You feel the liquid like
free healthcare, man.
And he say like, okay, you're gonna feel like a shock on your elbow. It's a little bit like a slow shock, and like, and when you say like, oh, and he knows like he's over, you know. That's the last thing I felt on my arm, and I feel that shock like, when you hit on something. Very strong, you know. And okay, I feel nothing.
That's it.
Anymore, like, And he said like, okay, now, how old are you? Blah blah blah. He stayed talking with you, and he applied like some anesthetic on the vein. And
shit's awesome.
You sleep. When
that
you sleep,
awesome. That's
over. Like when you wake up, you are in the other room with the surgery done. You know, that's it. And then, man, just this is okay. Now I'm not scared anymore, you know?
Yeah,
that's the thing. But when I wake up and like I spent all night with another guy who has made a surgery on the leg, and we was like kind of drunk, you know, like he's smiling out there, like laughing.
Both high.
Talk each other. Was very funny. And the other day, the doctor come and say, "Oh, your surgery didn't go well, and we don't need to schedule in Natal and blah." Man, I start to cry, you know, like, man, man, what happened with me, you know, like, I think about everything, you know, like, because it started with my visa, you know, like, and last year was one of the best years in my life, you know, because I went to Hawaii, I trained, I traveled to New York, I compete the world's good, I was American National Champion. I compete, I think, was like 14 or 16 tournament. I got more than 10 golds, you know. And the tournament that I didn't get medal, I did very well, you know. And I was like, man, this year was fucking awesome, you know. And in the beginning of the year, I went to Japan, competed like Tokyo Grand Slam. I went to France, and I came back to Brazil, and I competed in Brazil. After 4 years and a half without competing in Brazil, I got gold in Brazil, and I was like very like exciting for this year, you know, like, man, now I'm gonna like spend like 35 days in Brazil, like, and after I'm gonna go for my visa in Recife. I went to Fernando de Noronha, and I go to pens like I gonna do like almost the same thing that I did last year, but I will try to make you at least 1% better because I think I did very good last year, but wasn't enough to get the worlds or to get at least the podium. You know, I was like stopped by the quarterfinal, and I beat the guy 1 month ago in the final of the American Nationals. So I knew that I'm going to the right way, you know, and I said, man, I need just to fix a little bit more and try again, you know, that's gonna be my year again. And all the things start to do like, fuck. And when I deny my visa, I get my visa. I went to Brazilian National for the first time. 16 years training Jiu-Jitsu, I never competed Brazilian National.
What?
That was my first time, and that's a black belt.
Wow.
And I did first the open class. I finished 2 matches on the open class, and I lost the quarterfinal, the open class. And I went to the hotel, and I came back to compete the class, the weight class. And the first match of weight class, I was winning by 2 points, and the guy tried to sweep me. And in the scramble of the sweep, he kicked the leg back, and that's what happened, the injury. And
just like pop?
Yeah, and everything started to like to be bad again.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And when it popped, when I felt that, because I had a friend, he did the same shit in the left arm 1 month ago. And that was when I know about this injury, because I never saw this, you know, like by someone nearby. I heard about in the internet when the guys lift the weight, you know.
And their arm goes.
When it happened, I felt and I remember like, fuck, it's the same thing of Rodolfo.
Yeah.
And when I was in Brasilia, I stayed at his house and we all talk about. And I say, hey, Rodolfo, how long you gonna be able to train again? He say, oh, the doctor say 5 months. And fuck, man, 5 months?
It's a long time.
Wow.
And he say, yeah, man, 5 months, it sucks, you know. And I'm okay. And like 15 days ago, it happened with me. Wow. And when it happened, my brain like was too fast, you know. Like I remember everything like visa, blah, 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 blah. I got my visa. And my ticket to come to US was bought like 3 days after the Brazilian National. Wow. I still came to US. Mm-hmm. I came to US, spent 4 days and come back to Brazil to do the surgery, because the doctor say your surgery need to be like to do as fast as you can, you know, because after 21 days it's gonna be hard to do. And I was like, I spent 4 days here in Atlanta and thinking about if I do or no. And I bought my tickets and came back to Brazil to do the surgery. Yeah,
so they messed up the first time, and then you had to do it again like later that week?
The surgery? Yeah. 3 days after.
3 days after?
So I did on Friday night, and Monday night I was doing the second surgery.
Wow. Okay. And the second one went fine then?
The second one fine. It was 2 elbow doctor and 1 knee doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, they applied like the hack anesthetic on my back. Yeah. That was more scary, you know, but now I'm not scared anymore. Yeah. I didn't feel nothing, you know. All the people say it's like a lot of pain, but I didn't feel nothing.
So how long did they give you until you can train again?
Well, the doctors say like to come back to compete 5 months and to train about 3.5 or 4 months. But when it got like 2 months and a half, I did my first train Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. But only techniques.
How long has it been?
Now it's 3 months and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
And now I can do like 80%.
Yeah, I've noticed you like, you know, getting in there a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today I did a good rounds with France and Gino. Yeah.
Gino, yeah.
I tried with Gino.
Feels
big
good
guys. Though? Yeah, I'm kind of, I know the movements. I'm still discovering what moves I can do, like strong, or I can protect, you know, myself. Yeah. But I use most part to use my legs and close guard and use my left arm to pull and push, you know.
Are you like like nervous? Nervous to like hurt it again?
No. I always knew, like, people say, oh, it's going to be hard when you get like the how do I say? I forgot the word. The confidence to do 100%. But always before I do and after I do the surgery, I say, man, for me, I think my mind is not gonna let me do this, you know, like when I feel like I'm 100%, I go 100%, and I always force a little bit more every day, you know, because I needed to, you know, like I cannot stop because I stood a lot about this, and I saw a lot of like deployments, like texting the guys who did the surgery, and all the guys say, oh, after 6 months I'm 100%, after 8 months, after 1 year, after 5 months, every people. It's like a little bit different, but I never read about some people who did like, oh, I did the surgery and I never came back 100%, you know, and that's it, you know, like
they all get there.
I just think about this. It's just the time, you know. I just keep on going, like.
That's good advice.
Yeah, I just know I need to go like give 100% that I have today, you know.
Yeah.
Until I have the 100% back.
Yeah, there's so many bad injuries people have, and they think their career's over when that happens, right?
So I mean, when you push your body so hard, and you just, I hate to say you get away with it, but you get away with it, and then you suffer that injury, you almost feel like betrayed by your body. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe this happened. Like, especially in something like, it was just like he just extended your leg and all of a sudden your bicep pops. You're like, what the hell just happened? You know? Yeah. It's really difficult to.
Yeah, but now I understand too, because I had this injury on my elbow for 2 years, and I was training here in Arizona for 2 years, and some of my friends know I always like blaming my elbow, and few days like it was like a tendinite. I thought it was tendinite, you know, and always when I search on internet, okay, what's the cure for tendinite? There's no cure. Okay, it is what it is. You know?
I just have a sore elbow.
It's like my knee. Like I have an injury in my knee since I was like 20 years old, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor say, "Oh, there's no surgery," you know, like it's like it's the level 1. So maybe you can do a surgery if it gets like level 5, but it's still level 1, you know. And I feel my knee like a little bit weak, my right leg on the knee, but I deal with this for 10 years, and we learn, you know.
Doesn't everybody have something?
Yeah, I was learning with my elbow, like some weeks. Like I spent like some weeks with a lot of pain, and some weeks no pain, 0 pain, you know. If I go back and forth, you know, and that's why my tendon was like very sick, you know, because I never went to the doctor, and I was like competing and training, lifting weights and doing all the shit like heavy, you know. Yeah. And when it happened, and when the doctor say like that the first surgery didn't well, I understand a little bit, because it was like my fault, you know. And now I know, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Tell me about, you guys can answer this question individually, but training in Brazil versus training in the US, what's the biggest difference you see, like good or bad?
Well, let me tell you. I'm just kidding.
Want to go first?
You go first.
All right.
And be brutal, because I want to get your honest opinion on this.
So for sure, the infrastructure, right? The gyms here are a lot nicer.
Sure.
You have AC, nice mats. In Brazil, even though my city is a big city with some money, like there's a lot of people with money in my hometown. Even in those towns, the gyms is small, puzzle mats, no AC.
Yeah. When you say small, what are you talking about small?
You know the mat 2 at Pulse?
Yeah.
That kind of small.
So about 600 square feet of mat space?
Yeah, that was kind of average for everything. Like
30
reception.
people.
Yeah.
30 people.
Yeah. So in Brazil, a lot of times you need to take turns who's rolling.
Yeah. Is that where the higher belts take priority kind of system came from? Yeah, just mat space.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, you start in a position, like at least my school, like you would start like close guard, de la Riva, whatever. You pick a position in the ground, it starts from there.
Situationals, basically.
No, you go live from there, but it just because the space.
You're not standing.
Yeah, it's really rare.
You don't foul each other, you know, like on top of each other, and you get hurt.
But to me, it's like was no complaining. If you start complaining about it, people you'll be a target now to be like picking on.
Yeah. What about starting out? Like, how do people in Brazil, like, I can't imagine they have like fundamentals programs and then advanced programs, or do they?
Nowadays, I think they do.
They do? Okay.
Yeah, but I think this is American influence.
Because
the American way now is
also
like,
more in Louis' place. In my place, most of the academy, they don't have plan. They just go. If you are a white belt, you're going to train as like a black belt.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna do like a beating ball on your second day.
It was like how when we started.
That's how I started. That was my first class ever.
No, for me,
you're gonna roll on your second day. You're gonna roll to feel how it is, you know.
Yeah. No, I
like a selva.
But now it's not necessarily a curriculum or a white belt class, but they put it aside with like a blue belt, purple belt to teach me the basics of close guard, half guard, basic sweep. So it's kind of like a curriculum, and like, but I was still rolling with everybody. I remember like black belts wrist locking me, you know. Like,
yeah.
But it was like in the first few months, you're in the corner, just learn the really basic stuff. In my experience, and then eventually you kind of just move along.
Okay.
Yeah, in my place, there's no this. Like, you will learn the basic stuff on the side, but okay, guys, let's roll. Hey, you want to join? Go with him. Go with them. Go with them.
Yeah.
Do strength, and let's see. Also, I think it's good, you know, because some guys, they want to do this, you know, they want to feel they can do nothing, you know, like, oh, man, I rolled with that guy. I didn't do nothing. I thought it was like, I could do something, you know, because I was watching. It's very easy, you know. and after 1 year, the same guy say, man, now I'm learning, you know, because I remember my first day I didn't do nothing. Now I can roll. I can understand a little bit, you know.
Help squash that ego early, right?
Yeah.
When they go in and they try to muscle through everything, and then they just get killed.
Yeah. So, and tell me about your experience starting out. What I mean, you said you just roll, but how does your school compare to, like, you know, the schools in the U.S.?
Well, like, it's like Louis said, like, the space is very small, you know. But in my hometown, my school the space was half of the pole mat. Half.
Wow.
For like 20 guys, 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have like some videos on YouTube there because I always like to record video and put on YouTube, you know. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, they're like all the videos, we all train like almost like falling on top of each other, you know, and we didn't stop, you know, we never stopped, you know. Right? That's the thing. That's like a selva and go hard everywhere, you know, like every day.
Yeah.
But like, there's no AC. And people barely had, like, when I trained there, like, nowadays it's a little bit different, you know, like Louis said, like, the American culture, the internet, and all the people trying to make the academies, like, more welcome to people, to people who don't want to be athletes, you know, because when I was young, it's all athletes, you know. When I trained in Brazil, my professor never charged you for nothing to train, you know. He always say, "Oh, if you don't have money, you come to train." Because I don't care about money, you know. I just wanna you guys train hard and come every day,
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
Like when I was kid, if I lost one day train, my professor sent message on the group chat or for me like, "Hey, why you didn't came to train?" You know?
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah. Sometimes I when I was here, I don't know if he realized that, but always I send message for Quexinho, you know, like. When we were training every day there, and hey, Quexinho, I cannot go today, you know, because I do some stuff. Or Quexinho, I don't go today. I go to visit some academy friend, you know. Yeah. Because I grew up on this, you know, like always
check in,
like giving like some explanation for my older professor. You know?
That's cool, man.
He was like the general and my brother and my dad, you know, like I need always to give him like some information why I didn't go to train, why, you know. But I almost like I went every day, you know, like my life was in Brazil when I was kid, was 100% Jiu-Jitsu inside the academy with my friend, hanging out in Jiu-Jitsu all the time. I just start to change a little bit when I start to the school that I met like new people, you know, like I met the other vision of the life, the other way of the life.
Yeah.
Were you still training when you went to college?
Yeah, I never stopped.
Never stopped?
Never stopping.
Wow.
The most I stopped right now, like 3 months because of the surgery.
Yeah.
And last year, 2 months because I hurt my knee in New York. It wasn't 2 months, was 1 month and a half.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
But I always was training. Like if I know 100%, but I always was in the gym training, you know, like, and I was competing too. I didn't care about if I was like 100% to compete or not.
Yeah.
I just want to be by the tournament with my friends, you know, having fun.
Yeah.
That's how I feel too. I like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tell me about what your future holds. When do you think you'll be back on the competition mat, and what's the first competition you have on your radar?
Yeah, now I'm not sure when I will be back, you know. I'm feeling like August, September, maybe, or November. Okay. I feel like the progress of my arm, you know, like I think in November I'll be able to compete maybe. if not November, December, I want to do the Nogi Worlds.
Nogi Worlds?
Yeah. We'll see. I still need to train a lot Nogi.
Yeah. Is that a big part of your training, Nogi, or do you focus mainly on the gi? What gi? Because I imagine Worlds, right?
I started to train Nogi when I was brown belt.
Okay.
That's when I started to train Nogi.
Okay.
Yeah, here in Arizona with Tanquinho and Team Peoria.
Oh, gosh.
The guys invite me to go, and I just felt like good train, you know, and team helping me a lot with the part the Nogi. He invited me to train, and he say like, oh, you are my size, you know, and like I like you, let's train. And I take this like a opportunity, you know, to learn with Tanquinho and train with a guy of my size, because when I was training Quexinho, it's all the small guys, you know.
Yeah.
Like needed to do like a kind of the training good for me, you know.
Yeah.
And I went there, and I was like seeing my progress, you know, in Nogi. I remember when I first started to train Nogi, I never liked it because I feel like a white belt, you know. It sucks, you know, like I couldn't do nothing. But when I was like training, like start to become a little bit better, understanding more, you know, like the grappling, no grips, and I start to be like more aggressive on my jiu-jitsu gi, you know, and I start to like kind of help me on my aggressivity for jiu-jitsu, and that's why I like a little bit more, you know, like. But last year I stopped. Last year I think I didn't train any no gi last year because I was focused more on gi and the tournaments, and I was traveling too much, you know. And the train in Peoria is like always Friday, and always I travel like I leave here on Tuesday, you know.
Yeah. Do you have any aspirations to do like ADCC trials or maybe a CJI one day?
Maybe I would try to train. I will see how I gonna do on Nogi, you know, like I will see if I can get focused on Nogi more and fight against like some guys, and let's see if it happens, will be cool, you know.
Yeah.
But also I'm thinking to do MMA too.
What?
Yeah. I think it's the time. I'll see.
Oh shit! I mean, do you have a striking background? Did you ever?
No.
Just his friends.
I only his friends just beat the shit out of his friends.
I only have a jiu-jitsu background. That's it, you know. But
what is it about MMA?
For me, it's gonna be kind of challenge, you know, to learn new stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because like as I'm a black belt, I kind of was thinking, bro, I need to know something of MMA, you know. If I didn't have like, I'm gonna train MMA to learn first, you know, like to learn, to know how to teach someone, you know, like if someone wanna do like a self-defense class or like a personal fight, you know, to have like some product to offer, you know.
Yeah.
And if I see I can like, I'm become good, you know, let's try to do like one fight, you know, like one thing like that. But in the beginning, it's not gonna be, I'm gonna train MMA to fight, you know, like.
You just want to learn.
Yeah, just to learn, like, I'm gonna start as a white belt, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm still have the background jiu-jitsu and I want to learn like the rusty part and also like the no-gi part. I think it's gonna help on my no-gi train, you know.
100%. Yeah.
It's awesome.
MMA.
Damn.
Soon. Let's see. Just waiting for my arm to get better. I talk with some friends already.
Yeah?
I have all like, I'm setting up.
You got some things lined up?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What about you, man? You're gonna compete? You're gonna do MMA too or what?
What?
He's doing judo.
Oh, that's right. You're going judo.
Backwards.
Not going backwards. Well, judo's really big in Brazil too, right? I mean,
for kids, yeah.
Yeah. For kids. Okay.
Yeah. Used to be, I don't know right now, but when I was still in Brazil, for kids, judo is bigger than BJJ. Used to be at least.
No kidding.
Because a lot of my school in Brazil didn't have a kids program until recently. Used to be a thing. A lot of schools didn't offer like little kids. You know, you had to be a teenager to join the team.
I see.
Used to be like that in my home school. So people show up to jiu-jitsu, the professor's like, no, go to judo, like next door.
But judo like wrestling it is here? Like when you're a kid, you can go wrestling?
And it's sometimes a lot of free programs because it's an Olympic sport, right? So there's a lot of government money on it. So it's a lot cheaper and more easy entry compared to jiu-jitsu.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think it was like when Luis was there. Nowadays, only jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I think now the kids is growing a lot.
You cannot see judo academies anymore in my place, you know, like in Northeast is more jiu-jitsu.
Really? Okay.
Jiu-jitsu take over Brazil.
Well, because
it's taking over the world too.
Yeah, it is.
You can see like everyone is doing jiu-jitsu, like famous people, you know, and it's growing up.
Yep.
Mark Zuckerberg is doing jiu-jitsu right now.
Yeah. Didn't he blow out his knee though?
Yeah.
Was that in a jiu-jitsu injury? Marcus Zuckerberg? Didn't he blow out
I heard something like that.
I think it was an MMA thing.
Like
Okay.
last year, the social media was talking about a super fight against like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
right.
You see like jiu-jitsu, so like, man, a lot of people like who was like 10 years ago was talking with me, oh, this is bullshit, you wanna go do this, and send the pictures for me, hey, look, Mark Zuckerberg is doing, bro, this guy's like 16 years later than me, like,
yeah.
I discovered this 16 years ago, like,
Yeah.
Well, $1 million, right, this weekend. CJI, 1 million.
CJI, that was a big deal.
Crazy.
I say it is never is too late to discover jiu-jitsu, and like,
Yeah.
that's what I say to all my friends and everyone that I met. Bro, start to do jiu-jitsu,
Just go.
Yeah.
Do jiu-jitsu, gonna change your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people think it's like, oh, it's only because you do. It's no, bro, because like everyone that I met who do jiu-jitsu have a story to tell you and say, my life changed to better because when I start to train, I start to have a different vision of my life, and I became a better father, became a better son, became a better person in the world. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I know what jiu-jitsu did with me,
Yeah.
I know where I come from, like the place that I grew up, and jiu-jitsu changed my life for better, I don't say if I didn't do jiu-jitsu, I would be a bad guy or do some shit things, but jiu-jitsu helped me a lot to be like a
better than you would have.
Yeah, to keep always my posture, like a man and son and a human, better human.
That's cool. That's cool. How about you?
Just keep training. Since I got a black belt, similar to him, I started looking like to train doing things. I was doing boxing for a while, then pick it up judo. So I'm just trying to implement. The same thing he said, like, okay, if one day I want to teach, I don't know if that will have happened, but I want to be able to teach everything.
Yeah, no, agreed.
For a self-defense perspective,
Yep.
for striking, so it's be more complete. So it's kind of what I'm thinking now, just be more like well-rounded in everything, from grappling to striking or everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even if you have like an entry-level striking background, you know what I mean? If you just study striking or you hit mitts or you just, learn from a pro, obviously you don't want to learn just do it from your, in your garage. But if you even have a little bit of striking and a lot of jiu-jitsu, you're going to be pretty well-rounded. You know what I mean? If you can throw a couple hands and then, duck under and get to the clinch, you're going to be just fine, Because I always tell people, like, people always ask me, like, will jiu-jitsu work in a street fight? And it's proven, right? It's proven. But the jiu-jitsu that I study and I teach is more on the sport side. And I always tell people, well, if I don't get knocked out, I've got a pretty good shot. You know what I mean? But I got to, I don't know. Can I throw hands? I haven't done it in years, I certainly wasn't trained when I did.
Yeah.
Not since Ireland.
Yeah, not since Ireland.
But that's the thing. I think people think jiu-jitsu, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu to defend myself, but there's one quote we use in Brazil is like, jiu-jitsu is better, and don't need it, that you need and don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, like, when I say, how I said, like, early, like, I fight with my friend every day.
Yeah.
When I was young.
Yeah.
But what's funny? The first day I stepped on the mat, I never get into a fight anymore.
Wow. Huh.
Never.
Get rid of that young aggression.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Because now I have like the como eu falo, segurança, tipo.
Confidence in yourself?
Confidence?
Yeah, I have confidence on myself,
Yeah.
I know how to deal with any situation. Like, okay, it can be one day I'm gonna be like stressed out and it can happen, but every day I look to myself and try to be like patient and everything, in the traffic and everything, if I see the people like angry and trying to fight me or something like that, I know how to like be calm and like just get out of the situation,
Yeah.
like just because of jiu-jitsu, because like how I gonna get into a fight with this guy? I can kill this guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get into a fight that you can win.
Yeah.
there's no point. And you just, okay, I go. Because if I know I can fight with the guy, and the guy can be like, I will fight the guy, and I'm gonna like beat the guy, and the other day the guy can say, oh, he's a black belt, okay, I'm gonna get a gun, I'm gonna shoot, that's what happened, But when you start to do a sport and you became a martial artist, because I know there's some guys who do like jiu-jitsu, box to try to fight people, but those guys, they are not like martial artists, That's the thing. And for when you're gonna do a sport, you need to do like to be a martial artist, that's the thing. You need to learn the art, and keep it for yourself, You need to use to fight on your life, like to fight your problems. That's the thing. No fight the people and help people to fight the problems. You can use your learn on jiu-jitsu to help the people to fight the problem, to face the problem and finish, bro, that's the life. Life is tough, and every life is different, and it's not like my life is better than Luis' life, is easier than Tojo's life, Every people is passing for you like hardest thing on your life, Every person feels different. Like Luis said, like, oh, for me, like he's make a joke. No, when I first came to US, for me it was easier than for Italo, But it's really like life. People always send message for me, hey, what's the bad part when you go to US? And I say, bro, every people feel the United States different, Some people like in the beginning, some people don't like, because depends. Like you cannot like have a billionaire guy life and the poor guy life is way different,
Yeah.
But the billionaire guy sometimes they have the problems,
Yep.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I was actually listening to a guy today talk about he's a millionaire. He's got a bunch of money. But he talks about the difference between him and a lot of his friends is a lot of his friends are like trapped in that money phase. Like they've kind of won the game of money and now they don't know what the hell to do. Where he knows exactly what he do with his money. He runs his companies, but then for like 3 weeks out of the year, he just takes his whole family, like siblings, aunts, uncles, like, cousins, and they just rent like a giant house in the mountains and they spend 3 weeks together. And that's like, he goes, that's what I work for. He goes, the dollar sign's really high, getting everybody out there. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's different opportunities and different perspectives for everybody, coming to the States. But yeah, well, listen, man, we've been going for about an hour and a half. Why don't you let everybody know how they can find you on social media and especially your YouTube channel? I'd like to check that out. What's your Instagram and all that stuff?
My Instagram is like Italo Lima BJJ.
Okay.
Very easy. And the Facebook, same thing. If you put Facebook, Italo Lima BJJ will be there. And on YouTube, I have like a channel, but I don't post nothing anymore. I have like some some old videos there. Like I always like set up for the beginning of the year. Now this year I'm gonna start to post more videos, but I never do that.
Yeah, no, I made a commitment that I'm going to start posting more on YouTube also. It's such a great avenue to, get people to look at your stuff, and I don't take advantage of it at all. But I mean, we do with the podcast, but not with the Academy. But how about you? How do people find you?
All my social medias are private.
You don't find
him.
He's a father now, family guy. That's right. He's not a public figure.
Live in the shadows.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I wish you all the best, especially with the bicep surgery. I can't wait to see you back on the competition, Matt. You're a monster, dude, and you're one of the nicest people I've met, on and off the mat. So I really appreciate you taking time to come on the show, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, everybody, if you love the podcast or if you hate the podcast, please like and subscribe. Please comment. We love the comments.
Oh, we love the comments.
We love the comments.
Maybe you'll get mentioned.
Yeah. We're going to be doing another shitting on the comments show pretty soon. But Luis, thank you. Italo, thank you. Tojo, good stuff, man. And we'll see you guys next time. This episode of the BJJ Foxcast is brought to you by BioPro. BioPro is an all-natural alternative to prescription human growth hormone, which aids in recovery, anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immunity, skin health, cognition, sleep, and stress. Just one vial per day provides a substantial boost to all of these growth factors. Okay, so that's what they want me to say. Here's what I know as an aging grappler. I've been using BioPro Plus and the nighttime variant, BioPro Plus Cortisleep, for several months, and it feels like I've grown a third lung. My gas tank is noticeably bigger, my recovery is faster, and I'm back on the mats much quicker, not just between training sessions, but between rounds. Now you can get $30 off your first order of BioPro when you use the code FOXCAST at www.bioproteintech.com. That's code FOXCAST for $30 off your first order at www.bioproteintech.com. Thank you, BioPro.